All right, so I was just thinking of a buddy of mine who's a very successful copywriter, wrote for all these big companies, and then he was trying to like get out of copywriting and start doing his own thing. And he was kind of looking at like, how do I make a lot of money like quickly, which is a goal most copywriters generally fall into of like, well, how do I double my income next month? That kind of a thing. So that's like the kind of questions he was asking. And so he came up with like coming up with a course and teaching his copywriting strategies to other copywriters, and he did it, and it went great, and like it was a popular course, and people loved it, and all that stuff, and he got a lot of money, and everything was wonderful, except that like a couple. Like just like he kind of got it up and going, and then it was like evergreen or whatever, and then he was just like, "Yeah, I just don't care about this anymore." Like he just, like he wasn't that interested in growing it. He was like, "Actually, there's this other thing that I want to do." And so there's kind of like two lessons that came out of that. So like one is sometimes you just have to like do something to really realize if it's for you or not. Like you can sit on an idea for a long time and be like, oh my god, how amazing would that thing be? Then you do that thing and you're like, oh, actually that kind of sucked. Like a lot of times people will have that with like goals that they have in life. Like, oh my god, I want to like ride on a private jet. And then you ride on a private jet and you're like, oh, that was fine. Like whatever. Or and the second part is the importance of just like taking the time to sit and reflect and ask yourself like, is that what you really want? Like, is just the doubling the income next month or something, is that really the goal? Or is it more about finding something that's sustainable, something that you really enjoy, something that you can build and stay with that you don't even want to take days off from because you're so freaking excited about it? And a lot of times that can come also through doing stuff and put yourself out there and kind of just like reflecting, talking to people, getting feedback, really working through your thoughts and feelings around a situation. And so that kind of translates to also having better questions. Usually just like, how can I make more money in the next 3 months? Like, it can be nice, but it's usually there's kind of more better questions that are can lead to more satisfying results, right? So it's kind of like with dieting. If you're like, oh, how do I lose 20 pounds in the next 2 months? Like, all right, you know the answer. It's going to be some shitty restrictive diet that makes you miserable, and you're not going to be able to stick with it. So eventually, even if you lose a bunch of weight, you're then going to snap back to your old eating habits and your old routines because you did this like drastic change that you weren't able to sustain. You're going to go back to your old eating habits, the ones that kept you at that current weight, and before you know it, after a few months, you'll be right back where you started. That's the freaking diet industry in a nutshell right now. And the same kind of thing can happen with, if you're just trying to like make a lot of money quickly, you just kind of get stuck on that cycle of like, yeah, you make a lot of money, but it might not be sustainable or it might not be something you enjoy. And then you kind of sink back into like what you might actually want. So it can just be helpful to figure that out from the first step. So that involves like going a lot deeper into what really matters to you, kind of cutting out the noise of all the success everyone else is having, all the things the gurus are telling you, cutting out that noise, getting quiet, listening, more inside yourself to what you really want. I got a whole process that I use with my clients for doing this, and that's helped them avoid the whole mistake of working real hard at something that they realize who gives a shit, and then being all stressed out and realizing they're still unfulfilled, and actually building something that really excites them, that they enjoy doing work along the way, and they reached very similar levels of success, and they're actually excited to do more of it, and they enjoy the process along the way. So that's something I do a lot more with my clients. If you want to learn more about that, head over to mccarthymindsetcoaching.com/join, hop on the email list, and I'll share more things for what's working with clients and how they're getting out of the copywriting grind of writing for clients and getting their own awesome businesses going, selling products and coaching, and that. All right, talk to you later. Bye.